Present, ma'am. Ashok.
Benita,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Bhargavi,
Present, ma'am.
Bhavisha,
Present, ma'am.
Chaitra,
Present,
Dev,
ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Diksha. You students
Present,
be
ma'am.
louder, no? I'm not able to, by seeing the
Present,
list of students I'm marking,
ma'am.
I'm not able to hear your voice little loud.
Ma'am, Deb, I'm present.
Ma'am, Deeksha, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Is my voice is audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It's audible.
Somebody message me in the chat box because I'm not able to hear you. I'm not able to hear. Yes, students, am I audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Respond somebody.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Manisha? Manisha? Shruti?
Present, ma'am.
Hello. Nayana, ma'am.
Ma'am, Shruti, present, ma'am.
Students, your voice is not audible to me, but my voice is you can hear, no? Your attendance, you message me you message me in the chat box for attendance. Okay. Students, I'll begin with my class. Hey, students, now am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I can hear your voice also. I don't know why. What is the problem? I was not able to hear you. Yes, I was taking attendance now. Deepika, answer your attendance. Deepika,
Present, ma'am.
Present, ma'am.
Deepika M,
Present, ma'am.
Murli,
Present, ma'am.
Gangubai,
Present, ma'am.
Gudia,
Present, ma'am.
Harshit,
Present, ma'am.
Prince,
Present, ma'am.
Kavya, Kavya, Kishore,
Ma'am, Kavya present, ma'am.
present. Kishore, ಬೇಗ ಹೇಳಿ ಕಿಶೋರ್. ಲತಾ,
Yes, ma'am.
Manisha,
Present, ma'am.
Manjunath,
Yes, ma'am.
Nayana,
Present, ma'am.
Nilanjan, Nilanjan. He's showing guest appearance or what? One day he'll come and 1 week he'll not come. Nishant,
Present, ma'am.
Pavitra,
Present, ma'am.
Maithili,
Present, ma'am.
Pavan, Pavan is absent.
Present, ma'am.
Akash,
Present.
okay, Akash is absent. Rajeshwari,
Present, ma'am.
Rakesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Ramya,
Present, ma'am.
Rashmi,
Present, ma'am.
Ravi Shankar,
Yes, ma'am.
Rizwan,
Present, ma'am.
Vishal,
Present, ma'am.
Savita,
Yes, ma'am.
Shruti,
Present, ma'am.
Sneha,
Yes, ma'am.
Spurti,
Present, ma'am.
Srinidhi,
Present, ma'am.
Soil,
Present, ma'am.
Srinivas,
Present, ma'am.
Vaishnavi, Vinny,
Present, ma'am.
Abhinav, present, ma'am.
Abhinav. When I was taking
Present, ma'am.
lessons, you were not there. You joined late.
Ma'am, Wi-Fi is not working, so I on mobile data.
Asta, Kishore, wait. Asta,
Ma'am, Amrish.
wait. Asta, Aishwarya,
Present, ma'am.
Amrish,
Yes, ma'am.
Anu,
Present, ma'am.
Kishore. You joined late, Kishore. Dev Malay, Akash is there. Akash, Nilanjan, both are not there.
Ma'am, Priyanka, present, ma'am.
Yes, students, in last class, what I marked Kishore. I marked.
Ma'am, Deepika LG present, ma'am.
I marked.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, students, in last class, what we were seeing, the boundary value, the guidelines of boundary value analysis we have seen in the last class. And next we have decision table. Yes, what is decision table, students? What is this decision table? So decision tables have been used to represent and analyze the complex logical relationships since in the early 96. This decision table is introduced in early 90s, 1960s. This decision table has introduced. And why we use decision table is to represent. Yes, why we use decision table? Why we use decision table, students? If you in computer science we don't use much, but if you take example of physics experiments, then what we do, student, each time when we do the experiment we maintain in the table. Is it right? Yes, students, we maintain in the table each recording, whatever the recordings the recording or the values which we get, so everything will be so recorded. If it is based on the time, so t1, t2, t3, like that we take and we record, and finally we calculate the average. So based on the average we are able to analyze, we are able to take the decision. So with the help of a decision table we are able to it will help us to come to a conclusion. Whether whatever the readings I have taken, so those readings are right or wrong, whether whatever the experiment I am doing, that is right or wrong. Similarly in testing also, in the problems, what are the problems we have seen? Triangle problem we have seen, and next day problem we have seen, commission problem we have seen. There also we have seen the tables. Is it right, students? We have seen the tables. Yes, in the PDF I have shown now in last class different tables. Yes, do you remember? When A, B, C three values are equal, when A, B, C three values are equal, then the triangle is equilateral. When A and B are equal, then triangle is isosceles. When all the three sides are different, then the triangle is scaling. So that we have seen in the where it was representing in the table, it was representing. So with the help of a table, we'll come to a conclusion whether the given triangle is scale-in or isosceles or not a triangle. So this decision table is used to represent and analyze the complex logical relationships since in the year 1960s only this has introduced. And here we have a example. Yes, students, can you see the table? Is the table is clear? Yes, is the table is clear, students, or you want me to zoom? Yes, can you see the table, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Here it is a portion of, here just we have taken a portion of a decision table. Yes, if you see this table here, the left side of the table, yes, is it left? This is left side, no? The left side of a table is divided into two portions, C1, C and A. Yes, can you see, students? Yes, the left side of a table is divided into C, condition and action. The C is nothing but condition and A is action. C is condition, A is action. And here we have some rules: rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, 4, rule 5, 6, 7, 8. So n number of rules we can how many rules we want to apply to our problem statement, we can apply, and how many conditions you want to apply, you can apply. It is depending on you. Here in this table, yes students, only in first we'll see this table. Here in this table, how many conditions are there? Three conditions are there. So three conditions are there, and the action and we have four actions. This here C represents condition, A represents action. C stands for condition and A stands for action. C1, condition 1, condition 2 and condition 3. Action 1, action 2, action 3 and action 4. These are the rules. Rule 1, rule 2, rule 3, rule 4, rule 5, rule n number of rules we have. So now we'll see the one by one. Here, yes students, if you see in the rule 1, C1 is true, C2 is true and C3 is also true. Yes, if all the conditions are true, then according to this table, what is the action is A1 and A2 will occur. A1 and A2 will occur. Yes, when three conditions are true, then A1 and A2 will occur. Next, when second rule, when A1 and A2 are true, when C1 and C2 are true, and C3 is false. Yes, students, when C3 is false, then A1 and A3 occurs. A1 and A3 occurs. Yes, you're understanding. If the first rule, all the three conditions are true, then A1 and A2 will occur. In the second rule, first C1 and C2 are true and C3 is false, then A1 and A1 and A3 occurs. Yes. Next rule, students. See, in the next rule, C1 is true, C2 is false, and C3, we don't have any conditions or a condition for C3. Which means we don't have any rule for C3. Yes, is it right? Yes, for C1, in the first line, C1 the rule is true, C2 the rule is true, C3 the rule is true. Then A1 and A2 occurs. Next, coming to the second rule, C1 rule is true, C2 rule is true, and C3 rule is false. Then A1 occurs and A3 occurs. Coming to the next condition, next rule, see here students, C1 is true, C2 is false, and C3 we don't have any rule. Yes, you're observing, C3 we don't have any rule. It means we don't have any rule for C3. Yes, we don't have any rule for C3. For this, what we call as don't care rule. You can write down, students, for such types of condition, for this type of condition, we call don't care rule. We call don't care. We call don't care entry. We call don't care entry. Yes, students, you're understanding when we have a rule for C1, C2, C3, all the rules are true, then A1 occurs and A2 occurs. When we have rule C1 rule is true, C2 rule is true, and C3 rule is false, then A1 occurs and A3 occurs. See here, next condition 1 is true, condition 2 is false, condition 2 is false, and condition 3 doesn't have any rule. Yes, condition 3 doesn't have any rule. For this type of condition, we call as a don't care entry. We call as a don't care entry. Yes, understanding. So here, if we don't have any condition, if you don't have any rule for any condition, then it is not it is not applicable. It is not applicable because I have 3 conditions. For each condition, I should have some rule, no? So without rule, can I apply? Without rule, can I execute any condition? No. So for each condition, I should be having somehow one or the other rule, whether it may be true rule or it may be false rule. If the rule, if any condition is having with the non-rule, then this call as a don't care entry. Yes, understood? This is don't care entry. Generally, the conditions are in the form of a binary values. Generally, the conditions are in the form of a binary value, true or false, yes or no, or 0 or 1. Yes, understood? Coming to next rule, 5th rule, C1 is false, C2 and C3 are true, then A1 and A3 occurs. Next, rule 6, C1 is false, C2 is true, and C3 is false. Next, here A2 occurs. Next, rule 1 is condition 1 is false, condition 2 is also false, and condition 3, when we don't have any rule for condition 3 or any of the condition, when we don't have rule for any of the condition, then that is called as a don't care entry. That is called as a don't care entry. The students understood what is don't care entry? Understood? Yes. Next we have a table. Next we have a one more decision table. Here, what is the difference? What is the difference between previous table and this table? Here in the previous table, just we have a condition, and we have a actions with the actions. Now here one more condition is added. One more condition is added to this table. The first condition is whether ABC3 forms a triangle or not. Whether ABC forms a triangle or not. And next condition, second condition is condition 2 is whether A is equal to B. Whether next condition, C3 condition is whether A is equal to C. And the fourth condition is whether B is equal to C. So these four conditions we have. See here, when the first condition is false, when it is not a triangle, then all the rules will be nil only, no? Yes, students, when it is not a triangle, then there is no need of checking whether A is equal to B, whether A is equal to C, whether B is equal to C. Yes. Why? Because the given values, the given input is not a triangle. It may be circle, it may be square, it may be rectangle. Why? Because here the condition is false. The rule is false. When this rule is false, then directly we can say it is not a triangle. Yes, understanding? It is not a triangle. Next rule. All the sides are equal. All the sides are equal, then what? Then please respond. When all the sides are equal, when all the sides are equal, then it is equilateral. When any one side is not, then three sides are equal. Yes, it is a triangle. The first condition is true, and the second condition is also true. Third condition is also true, and fourth condition is false. Then it is impossible. When first condition is true, second condition is true, and third and fourth conditions are false, then it is isosceles. When first condition is true, second is false, and third and fourth are true, then it is impossible. So like this, some of the some of the rules have included in this table. Yes, students, what is the difference between the previous table and this table? Here, in this table, only this condition is included. Only this condition is included extra. We are checking whether the given data is triangle or not. But in the next table, it is still refined. It is refined decision table for triangle problem. It is a refined decision table for a triangle problem. How we are refining? Yes, first in the condition 1, first we are checking whether A is less than A plus B, B is less than A plus C, C is less than A plus B. Yes. In the previous example, these conditions were not there, but now in the refined table, these three conditions are included. If the first condition is false, then it is not a triangle. If first condition is true and second condition is false, then it is not a triangle. If first condition and second conditions are true and the third condition is false, then it is not a triangle. See, yes, students, if you see the table, you will understand here. Next, all the conditions are true. All the conditions are true, then it is equilateral. All the conditions are true, the last condition is false, then it is impossible. So like this, we have given some values in the decision table. And one more thing, students, here in the decision table, one thing you need to understand is here actually here one more column should be added. Here in this table, one more column. Yes, students, understand, listen carefully. Here one in the soft copy of the book, they have missed this one more table, one more row. This row contains the rule count. This row contains the rule count. Yes, again I am repeating, in table 7.3, in defined decision table, one row is missing. What is that row? Is rule count. What is that row? Is rule count. How we count a rule? Now the next question is how we count the rule. The rule will be counted 2 to the power of n. The rule will be counted 2 to the power of n. Now what is n? Any idea? What is n? What is n is? See here, just now I told, if we don't have any rule, if we don't have any rule for any condition. See, for this condition we don't have any rule. Yes, artha agta idya? For second condition also I don't have any rule. For this next condition also I don't have any rule. So wherever we don't have any rule, so that will be counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Understood? Understood, students? So in the rule count, to count the rule, the formula is, to count the rule, the formula is 2 to the power of n. Now what is the n value? Wherever in the table, in the decision table, wherever this hyphen comes. Why this hyphen comes? What is the meaning of this hyphen? What is the meaning of this hyphen? Murli. The meaning of hyphen is we don't have any rule for this condition. We don't have any rule for this condition. So each hyphen should be counted by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Arjun, are you there? Yes, each condition will be counted. So here, what is the n value? What is the n value, students? 5. So for the first rule, the number of rule count is how much? 2 to the power of 5 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ? 32 ನಾ? Yes, 32. Next, coming to the yes, students, you are understanding? Anu?
Yes, ma'am.
Anu, what is the meaning of hyphen? Anu, what is the meaning of hyphen?
Don't care entry, ma'am.
Not don't care. Yes, it is don't care entry. The hyphen means there we don't have any condition. Hyphen means there we don't have any condition. So here in the first rule, 5 times we don't have any conditions. Is it right? In 5 places we don't have any condition. Means the value of n will be 5. The value of n will be 5. The number of count here is 32. Yes, Winnie? Getting?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Coming to the next rule. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. In 4 places I don't have a condition. Now what is the value of n? What is the value of n, students? 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4. Then the number of rules, the rule count is how much here? 16. The rule count is here is 16. The rule count here is 32. Next, here 1, 2, 3. In 3 places I don't have any rule. Now what is the 2 to the power of 3? The rule count will be here how much? 8. Yes, students, understanding what is the rule count? How we are calculating the rule count? How we are calculating the rule count? Following? Srinivas?
Yes, ma'am. Follow me, ma'am.
Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next we have one more example. Here, yes, students, in the last example, what I have taken? I have taken a triangle problem. In the triangle problem, we may have how many at a time? How many inputs I can have? 1, 2, 3. Is it right? 3 inputs. Definitely I should have 3 inputs. If I have only 2 inputs, then it is not a triangle. Is it right? It is not a triangle. If you solve a triangle problem, we should have minimum, we should have 3 inputs. Here another example they have taken. What is this another example? Month example. Where we have seen this month example in next raised In next day problem we have seen, no? In next day problem we have seen day, month and year. When you check day, month or year, here maximum of how many months value will take at a time? At a time, how many months value we take? 1. Yes? Is it right? Yes, students. I think you forgot, you don't remember anything. Yes, students. These are the tables we have seen in the boundary value analysis. Yes, do you remember this? These are all the tables we have seen. The month at a time, how many months we are taking? 1 month. Day, how many days we are taking? 1 day. Year also we are taking 1 day. So similarly here when you check a condition for month, when you check a condition for month, at a time we can take only 1 month. Here I'm checking with the first month. Here I'm checking the first month. Next I'm checking the second month. Next I'm checking the third month. I'm checking the first month. So rule 1 is true. Next I'm checking the second month. I'm checking second month. So second month rule 2 is true, and I'm checking for third month. So third month rule 3 is true. Yes? Yes, students? Understanding? Now we'll calculate the number of rules. We write the rule count here. Here for this table, what is the rule count? What is the rule count here? 4. Is it right? 4. Is it right, students? Everywhere the rule count is 4. Here in the previous example, here for the first rule the rule count was 32. For second rule the rule count was 16, and then for third rule the rule count was 8. But here for all the rules the rule count is 4. How? Any idea? Sunil? How it is 4? How it is 4? Srinivas?
2 or 2.
Yes, correct. Why? Because here, as I told previously, whenever whatever in a decision table, whatever the table you take, when we don't have any condition, when we don't have any rule for any condition, then that will be counted as 1 and 2. Here for each rule, we don't have conditions. We don't have in here in each row we don't have any conditions for we don't have any rule for 2 conditions here. In C1 we have rule only for R1. We have rule only R1 rule we have. For condition 2 we don't have any R1 rule. For condition 3 we don't have any R1 rule. So here the blank spaces are how many? 2. The blank spaces are 2. So the answer is 2 to the power of how much? 2 into 2, it is 4. Yes, coming to the next rule, R2, coming to the next row, coming to the next R2, coming to R2, here for C1, we don't have any rule. For C2, we have a rule. For C3, we don't have any rule. So the count is how much here? The hyphen count is how much here? 2. The hyphen count is 2. So the rule count is 4. Next, R3. For R3, condition 1 is no rule. Condition 2 is also no rule. So the rule count is how many here? The rule count is how many? Because I have 2 hyphens here. So 2 hyphens means 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4. So the rule count is 4, 4, 4 for all the conditions. Yes, understood how we are calculating the rule count? So next we have a test case table. Test case table. This is first test case. That is DT1. TT1. Yes, students. A is 4. B is 1. C is 2. The expected output is not a triangle. Yes. A is 4 centimeter. I'll draw here. B is 2 centimeter. B is 1 centimeter. And C is 2 centimeter. Yes, is it making a triangle, students? Is it making a triangle? Respond. No, it is not making a triangle. Though it has 3 sides, it is not making a triangle. Yes, students, in the second module, in the second module, what we have seen, if I have 3 sides, then we say it is a triangle. But here, when I don't have 3 sides, when I don't have when A, B, C 3 values are not, when we don't have A value, B value and C value, if any one value is 0 out of these 3, if any one value is 0, then we were saying that it is not a triangle. But here in the decision table, we are coming to a proper conclusion. We are coming with the help of decision table. It helps us to take a correct decision. Though we have 3 sides, the first side, or I'll take this A as 4 centimeter, and this B is only 1 centimeter, and C is 2 centimeter. Yes, is it making a triangle? No, it is not making a triangle. Yes, coming to the test case 5. So we don't know what are the conditions of A, B and C. We don't know because here it is a question mark. We don't know what is the condition of, A, B and C. So it is impossible. Next, condition 7. A is 2 centimeter, B is 2 centimeter and C is 3 centimeter. Yes, is it triangle? Yes, it is triangle, but it is isosceles. It is isosceles. Next, coming to the condition 11, A is 3 centimeter, B is 4 centimeter and C is 5 centimeter. Yes, it is also a triangle, but it is scaling. It is scaling. Yes, students, understood? Yes, here in this case also we have 3 sides. In this case also we have 3 sides, but it is not making any triangle. Aagta idea triangle? Is it triangle? Whether the 3 sides are making triangle? No, they are not making triangle. Clear? So next we have next day problem statement. Next day problem statement we'll see in the next class, students. We'll see in the next class. Yes, students, this slide I'll repeat once again if you have any doubt. Yes, students, here in this table, we are taking the condition and we are taking the rules. Here in this table, we are calculating the number of rules. We are calculating number of rules. We are calculating number of rules. How we calculate the number of rules is R is equal to 2 to the power of n. What is n value? When you take a decision table, wherever this hyphen is there in each column, or in each for each rule. This is rule 1, this is rule 2, rule 3, rule 4, rule 5, rule 6, rule n. So for in each rule wherever we have hyphen, then that will be counted as 1. So here I have hyphen for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 places only hyphen is there. So now the n value will be how much? N value is 5. So 2 to the power 5, 32. So rule value here is 32. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. So the rule value is 16. So next, in 3 places hyphen is there. Hyphen means there is no condition. So yava condition irala, so that we have to take for a count. 1, 2, 3. So 2 to the power of 3 is 8. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. This is rule count. This is rule count. So similarly, for this month table also we have done a rule count. Here, rule 1, rule 2, rule 3 in each column. Yes, students, in each column, in two places we don't have a condition. So for this is 1, this is 2. So 2 to the power of 2. This is 1, this is 2. So 2 to the power of 2. This is 1, this is 2. So 2 to the power of 2. So 2 into 2 to the power of 2 is how much? 4. So here I have 4 rule count for each rule. For rule 1 I have 4 rule count. For rule 2 I have 4 rule count, and for rule 3 I have 4 rule count. Understood? Yes, students, understood? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Doubt? Understood? Yes, students, assessment link I'll mail in the chat. I'll send in the chat box. Assessment link I'll send in the chat box.
Hello, ma'am.
First you answer. Neelanjan, now you are attending class. Huh? Till now what you are doing? Huh?
I am Dev.
Today I took attendance.
Ma'am, I was there only. Ma'am, internet problem.
What, Neelanjan? Every day you tell the same reason.
Ma'am, you can check the recording, ma'am. I was there.
Okay. Okay, all of you answer the assessment fast. Tell me whether you're able to access. Ah, Devmal, I marked.
Yes. Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you.
ಈಗ assessment attend ಮಾಡಿ. Do it fast. Students still have not got any response. Once again, I am pasting in the chat box. Only one response I got. Only Harshit responded. What about others? What about others? Ramya, Vishal. Only 3 responses. Yes, students, I'll give you another 5 minutes. So after 5 minutes, if I get any responses, I am not going to consider that. Okay, students, I'll stop here.